How would you explain cybersecurity and ethical hacking
So these digital devices have a lot of information about us.
to have a successful and a fulfilling career in cybersecurity and ethical hacking?
And ethical hacking is just one of the situations. Like first you set up the controls.
Welcome, viewers, to No Herd Mentality's Career Podcast. In today's podcast, we are going to unravel the world of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. Is this a thrilling career path? Let's find out from Mr. Chinni Diwakar, who is a senior security consultant at the Hacker School. Welcome, Mr. Chinni, to our podcast.
Good day. Thanks for having me. Hopefully, we'll produce something useful for all the people out there.
I'm sure about that. So, for someone who is completely new to this field, how would you explain cybersecurity and ethical hacking, what it really means, and is there a difference between cybersecurity and ethical hacking?
It's actually very simple. We all have laptops and mobiles and all of that, and we take photos all day, and we take videos. We do, students do project work, and people like working people will do all the office work and all of that. So these digital devices have a lot of information about us and of us. And if we are not careful, just like, if we have some gold in our house, and if we are not careful, how people can steal that gold, if you are not careful, the valuable information that we have in the devices can be stolen just like that, and that is hacking. Now, a set of people, a group of people who are using the same knowledge to defend from this, they are going to check your computer, they are going to check your device and all of that to see how they are protected or not, and how you can improve the security of them. That is what ethical hacking is. And coming to cybersecurity as a whole, it's a bigger, broader term actually, cybersecurity is. I'm sure we'll talk more about that later questions. Fundamentally, ethical hacking is you just try to hack something, and then instead of using that for your own malicious intention, you share that information. Imagine that I can get into your computer, but I'm not going to destroy anything, I'm not going to steal anything. I will tell you, hey, your computer is weak like this, do this so that you can protect yourself. That is ethical hacking. Whereas cybersecurity involves ethical hacking and more. So we'll talk about that. Let's explore all of that slowly as we go on.
So, cybersecurity is more of an umbrella term, and
Yes,
ethical hacking is one part of it.
yes, that's correct.
Can you give us some real life example of how ethical hacking has saved an organization from a major cyber threat?
I'll give you two actually. One is from India, one is international. In India, in 2018, there was a researcher from Kerala who has identified a very critical bug in one of the major bank. Obviously, I can't name the bank right now. And because of that, they have a API vulnerability actually. Because of that, you can transfer money from any account to any account, unlimited number of money. Okay. Even high profile corporate account money also you can transfer easily because of that API vulnerability. And that researcher has, instead of using it for his own purposes, hence the ethical hacking, he shared the information with the bank. So they were able to save around like 170 crores of losses. Like they patched it within like two days. Within 48 hours, they're able to patch it. So they are able to save that much amount of money, and also the user's trust. If I am using that bank and if that got hacked out, not only they will lose that transferred money, they will lose a lot of trust, making that entire bank, not survive anymore. And he was able to save that. And internationally, this is even more bigger issue actually. Like in 2016, in Tesla cars, some Chinese researchers were able to find out a weakness through which they can control the car itself while it is running. It's not just money that you can earn back. It's not just trust that you can earn back. Imagine a person is going in a Tesla car, and then suddenly some people, bad guys, were able to apply brakes. Imagine what kind of human loss it can cause. And again, they were good people, they were researchers, they shared that information with Tesla. It passed it within like 10 days, no human injuries, no other injuries. And company was able to save like millions and also most importantly, human life. And that is how powerful ethical hacking can be, if used in a right way.
So, were these ethical hackers hired by the Tesla and that particular bank?
So
Um,
there is actually a good thing when it comes to cybersecurity ethical hacking is we have a program called bug bounty, because I don't know when I'll have a bug. So if I am a Tesla, I will say that, hey hackers, if you found any bug, no need to exploit that and earn money. Just tell me if that bug is really serious, I will give you money. So why would someone will, use it maliciously and then get themselves in trouble when they can get money legal? So all these banks have this bug bounty program. So I can simply go find the bug, send them an email about the bug, and they will give me money according to how serious that bug is. So it's not internal people; they are outside researchers, but they use the bug bounty program to, report the vulnerability and then get the money also from that.
oh, that's very interesting. Most of the people think that, hacking is always illegal, but now the way you are explaining it, it's interesting, how uh, ethical this career becomes, when you,
Yeah, hacking is illegal. Imagine, see, if I tell you that I'm going to stab you with a knife, does that sound good or bad?
of
It
course,
sounds
very bad.
bad. But what if I tell you that you have some kind of bullet in your body and I need to stab you to take that bullet out, otherwise you will die?
Hmm.
So it's not just what I am doing, it's
Hmm.
about why I am doing that. My intention matters. Okay. So if I'm doing that, if I'm doing hacking on you to exploit you, to cause damage to you, that's bad still. But if
Hmm.
you're using the same knowledge to improve your security, to make the world a better place, that's ethical hacking. And that's always, recommended and welcomed by everyone.
That's correct. So, what kind of a mindset or a skill set does a person or a student need to possess to have a successful and a fulfilling career in cybersecurity and ethical hacking? And if you can, before you answer this question, if you can also delve a little deeper into what all cybersecurity actually entails apart from ethical hacking.
Sure. So cybersecurity, like I said, is an umbrella term. There are a lot of domains. We call them as domains. Okay. Each domain focus on different things. Okay. For example, just like how everything works in a country. So for a country to work, you need judicial system, you need governance, you need police, you need all kinds of things, right? Same way in cybersecurity, you need governance, the top level management that will be, setting policies, procedures, and all of that. And you will have SOC team. SOC is where they will be monitoring, like army, how army monitors borders and then looks for any kind of bad guys. SOC will do that. And similarly, we have threat intelligence, where just like RAW, how RAW goes out of the country to find out threats and then informs India about them. We have threat intelligence. Similarly, we have incident handling and such. Already when something happened, like when a Taj attack happened, how NSG and all of them have, called in to control the situation like that. We have incident handling. We have forensics. Once something happens, you have to find out what happened so that you can prevent it from happening again. That is, we have forensics. Similarly, we have, user training, because if you think about it, when any cybersecurity attack happens, 90% it is human fault. Because people are not aware about the risks and all of that, they will leak out information, they will be falling victim to hacking. So user training is one of the important part. Like that, we have different domains. And ethical hacking is just one of the situations. Like first you set up the controls, like firewalls, antivirus, all these kind of controls you will put. But the thing is, are they working perfectly fine or not? That's the problem. For example, I am going to tell my user, hey, use stronger password. But will they actually use it? If they don't, no matter what kind of control I put, doesn't matter. Okay. So ethical hacking will come in that place. We are going to check if something is properly secured or not. Okay. Once we discover any vulnerabilities, we are going to share that with patch management. That is a separate domain. And then you have, patch management, change management, all these kind of things will come and the cycle repeats. Again, we will implement security controls. Uh, guidelines will provide, policies, procedures, all of that cycle repeats again. So like that, so many different things are there. Even when you're going for job roles also, you will have not only ethical hacking, you have SOC, forensics, incident handling, threat intelligence, governance, risk management. So many things are there. And ethical hacking just like a one single thing out of all those things. I'll share a domain map to you. Maybe you can show that later to the people so they'll have a better idea.
Oh, that would be really interesting if you can. So now coming back to my question on mindset and skill set that is required.
Yeah, see, ethical hacking or cybersecurity in general is nothing but finding out problems and then finding out solutions for them. Okay, it's not just like uh, pretty much like software engineering, just like how you find a problem and then you try to code a solution for that. Same way here, our main job is to find out what kind of issues are there and then try to fix them. And it all depends on persistence, problem solving skills, curiosity, and analytical mindset. So if you're only looking for like, okay, give me a step by step instruction, I'm going to execute that particular stuff and then be done with it, that's not a right goal for you. Just like a software engineer has to find out a problem and then write a creative code to solve the problem, we'll have to find the problem and then find a way to fix that problem by yourself. There is no one predefined set of things that you can do. You'll always have to be curious, trying again and again, learning constantly. Just like any IT or any job, you have to keep learning. The moment you stop learning, that is the end of your career. Okay, even like I've been doing that for like 12 years. Till to this day, I am going to keep learning, exploring new stuff, expanding my knowledge, because the moment I stop doing that, I'll become irrelevant and then I'll be old. So that's the most important part. And apart from that, obviously, you need to have soft skills and all of that to explain vulnerabilities. Like, I may be expert in ethical hacking, but if I can't tell you what problem you have in your computer, then you're not going to follow my idea, right? So I should be able to explain the problem, what kind of problem you have, so that you will follow my guidelines to fix that problem for you. So soft skills and then all the analytical skills you need.
Does one need to be a coding expert to get started?
That's an interesting question, actually. So coding initially is not required, but it will always help you. Okay, for example, let's say if I'm using computer, do I need to know all the commands or any commands when I'm using computer? Maybe not. But if I know commands, the same job that I can do with 10 steps, I may be able to do it with like 2 steps. It makes your job a lot easier. So even though it is not mandatory, if you have it, it will always help you. So I would recommend my students to, try something like a Python or something like that, which is like easiest to learn. Even if it is not required for them, it will expand their view, expand their knowledge a lot. So it's not mandatory, but I definitely recommend people to explore at least one of them, like starting with Python.
All right, so now that brings me to my next question. How can a high school student or a college student explore this field before committing fully, before deciding on moving on this career path? So, how does the exploration can happen for a high school or a college student?
Yeah, the advantage of 2025 and these years is that internet. Okay. And you can tell me what's not there on the internet, right? So everything is there on the internet. For example, YouTube. If you just go there and search for any ethical hacking or something like that, you'll get a lot of it. So knowledge is already available there. Not only high schoolers, even non-technical people, anyone who feel if they want to learn, the information is out there. But if you want some specific things, actually, we have TryHackMe, one of the very popular free learning platform. You just create a free account. They will give you step-by-step guidelines on different concepts and knowledge bites. And then they are going to give you practical environment to test your skills also. So not
Can
only
you name the app again?
Try Hack Me. In short, we call it as THM, Try Hack Me. And there is one more thing called Hack the Box. Apart from that, we have Easy Council, SANS, OffSec. So many different types of resources are there. And 70% of the information is out there for free. The only 30% that you need is when you get lost. Okay, like not all concepts are easy. So sometimes you'll be like, I don't know what's going on. In that situation, you'll need some kind of institute or something like that to guide you. And even then, there are communities. Okay, like if you take Try Hack Me or EC Council or our institute Hacker School, we have a community of students. So when someone has a doubt, they will post the doubt there, and immediately a lot of people like a brotherhood, they will come there and then try to help them as much as possible. So it doesn't matter who you are, whether old, young, or whatever, you can get information very easily. Like so many free sources are available out there. So try Hack Me being one of them.
So that's a very good insight
Mhm.
for the beginners to explore, these kind of apps. Now, what are some of the best places to study cybersecurity and ethical hacking in India and internationally? Even though you did mention that 70% of it can be learned for free online, but for that
Mhm.
remaining 30%, and especially, if you are clear about your path right from grade 11 and 12, how can you make it a little more focused and linear to move in the direction of cybersecurity and ethical hacking?
So internationally, we have a lot of organization, and they are also operating within India. One being EC Council, and they offer all kinds of cybersecurity courses, and they are like from long time they are there. So their certifications and all of that are very well known. So if you get a certification or knowledge from them, most of the organizations when they're asking for jobs also they will refer to EC Council certifications. Okay. Apart from that, if you want more hands-on, more practical kind of experience, we have offensive security. They are also have a very good name, renowned for their practical, hands-on level kind of exams and all of that. So you can get a certification from them. And if you are looking for more official college degree kind of things, we have internationally MIT. We have apart from that, SANS Institute. We have Amrita University, and pretty much all the major IITs and all of that are offering cybersecurity courses. The only difference being colleges focuses more on the concept behind it, the logic behind it, the history and all of that. Whereas third-party organizations like EC Council, Offense Security, and all of that, they don't offer degree or something, but they'll offer you the actual knowledge that you'll be using in the real job. Okay. So maybe get a formal degree from one of those, MIT or Amrita organizations or IIT or something like that, and then you have to get practical skills within EC Council or Offense Security or SAMS or something like. Depends on what kind of path you are choosing. Like, are you on to more laid back, learning one by one kind of stuff? Then you go with EC Council. If you want more raw, practical related stuff, hands on, directly hands on, then you can go for Offense Security. If you want more managerial kind of stuff, you can go with like ISACA or ISC Square like that. So you have so many sources where you can get official education certifications.
How important is formal education versus self learning in this industry?
Most of the time, you can get away with self-learning, but only when you want to work with like international clients, because international clients by law they have some kind of standards. So, for example, I be working in with a medium range company for a penetration testing. They don't care what my degree is or what my certifications are. They will check my skill. They'll give me a test or question or something like that. They will test my skill and then they'll give me a job. Whereas if I do the same thing for something like Tesla, by law, they can't hire someone with lesser qualification. So in that situation, you are required to have some kind of degree. But the thing is like they don't ask for anything specific. As long as it is B.Tech or along the lines of that, you should be fine. So I would recommend at least do a basic B.Tech and then try to acquire your skills so that you can cover the law requirements using the degree, and then you can cover all the practical skill requirement with your own knowledge. So they are equally important, but after few years, no one is going to ask you for your degree. You will definitely need the skill more than the degree itself. Like only in the first 2 3 years they'll ask you for degree, but beyond that it's not that important. But yeah, if you're just getting started, it is absolutely necessary.
And what kind of certifications and courses are offered by Hacker School where you work?
We are official partners of EC Council, so all EC Council certifications we do offer. And apart from that, we are also official training partners of ISACA. So we offer auditing, certified systems auditing or security management. We are also providing CSP training in the near future. And apart from that, like from EC Council, all EC Council certifications like ethical hacking certification and then forensic certifications or penetration testing certification, SOC certification, all these kind of training and certifications we do offer.
All right. Can you name some certifications in the specific certifications in the area of cybersecurity offered
Like I
by Hacker
mentioned,
School?
certified ethical hacker, that is like top one. If you go for like 10 jobs, at least eight of them will refer to, certified ethical hacker. Okay. So apart from that, we have CHFI, we have computer hacking forensic investigator, we have certified SOC analyst, we have cloud security engineer certification, we have incident handling certification, we have we have like threat intelligence certification, we call it as CTIA. Okay, similarly, we have CND, Certified Network Defender. And like I said, we also offer CISA, which is Certified Information Systems Auditor from ISACA, and also Certified Information Security Management from the ISACA again, CSM and CS.
And what is the CEH certification all about? We hear so much about CEH certification. If you can throw some light on that.
CH is again fundamental ethical hacking. Actually, people who want to get into ethical hacking without any kind of background knowledge or something like that. That is like an entry level certification for ethical hacking itself. So it starts from the very basics and it goes and covers various subjects like web application security, network security, cryptography, and also Wi-Fi security, mobile security, pretty much everything it will cover. So let's say if you want to protect yourself from today, the course that you'll have to go through is CH. So it's going to tell you everything about cybersecurity in like a short period of time. So you'll have a comprehensive understanding of what kind of cybersecurity vulnerabilities you're dealing with. And on top of that, if you want to go specific, let's say since you are a content creator, so how do you protect your data digitally? Then you can go for more, data security like CND kind of mechanism. Or maybe if you are more of a web developer, you can go into more web application security. Okay. If you are a network administrator or systems administrator, you can go more into system security or network security. From there, you can take, think of it like a basic MBBS degree. CH is like a basic MBS degree. From there, you can go specializations like heart, bones, all that. Same way we have CH.
And what is the typical duration of these certifications?
Duration of the certifications?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit complicated question because if you go with EC Council certifications,
Mhm.
you will get 1 year as soon as you pass. However, the concept is like I mentioned earlier, you have to keep learning. The moment you stop learning, you're outdated. So the concept is like you have to keep learning and you have to tell EC Council, hey, I am not outdated. I kept learning. So you have to prove them. Okay, you
Yeah.
can attend meetings, you can publish journals, you can provide training, you can take training. So many different concepts are there. You do them to keep your knowledge up to date, and then you tell EC Council, "Hey, I'm updating my knowledge." Then they were going to extend that to 1 more year, like that. Okay, so we call it as continuous education. Okay,
Okay.
so as you attend more trainings, as you expand your knowledge, every thing is going to come with a value, point value. Same is followed by many organizations. So
Mhm.
as you accumulate enough points, they will deem you eligible and then they will extend your certification for 1 more year. But let's say you are not expanding your knowledge, which means in the last 3 years you did not learn anything, then
Mhm.
you will not accumulate points and then your certification will expire. So to get the certification, you have to again get the latest learning of CH, again prove yourself that you still have the knowledge, writing exam, and then you'll get it. So hence it is a little bit complicated. For example, I have been doing this from 12, 13 years like that. So every year I expand my knowledge. So I submit to EC Council or ISACA or IS Square, telling that I have been keeping, my knowledge up to date. So I did my CH in like 2014 or something, 2013, 2014, like that. And that CH is valid until now. Whereas if you do the certification in 2014 and did not update your knowledge, your certificate will expire after 3 years. So it's different. I hope I'm clear. Please let me.
Yeah, so how do you keep on updating your knowledge, or how do you keep your certification alive? Do you every year give a assessment of an exam to
It's
mark?
not like exam. For example,
Mhm.
let's say if I'm learning a new course, okay, let's say I am learning how the AI works or something like that, AI in cybersecurity or something. I'll tell EC Council that, hey, EC Council, I have attended this particular training to expand my knowledge. So for the duration of the course, whatever, like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever, I will tell with a proof. Whatever course completion certification is there, I'll provide them. So
Okay.
for those hours, they are going to give me like 1 point for 1 hour like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Similarly, let's say I have published a journal on
Mhm.
cybersecurity. For the
Okay.
journal, there will be like 10 points. So I'll upload my journal saying that, hey, EC Council, I have published a new journal. So this is my
Mhm.
journal. I'll provide a proof to them. So they are going to grant me 10 points. Like that, over the period of 3 years or 1 year, like that, I'll have to accumulate in 1 year 40 points, in 3 years,
Mhm.
120 points. So
Mhm.
if I accumulate 120 points, that means I have gained enough experience. They are going to extend. So it
So
goes.
there is set number of points that you need to accumulate.
Different activities will come with different points, and if you
Mhm.
accumulate enough points, you will be extended the certification. Otherwise, you will have to write the exam again.
So basically, you need to be like a lifelong learner to keep yourself relevant in this field of cybersecurity.
I mean, it's not just about cybersecurity. Even in IT also, in last 10 years, if I learn C language, and if I say, no, I'm not going to learn any other language, I will be
Mhm.
jobless by now. People are using all kinds of different web technologies right now, and we
Mhm.
don't know what technology will be there tomorrow. So if I stop learning, I'll be out of job. Same thing with cybersecurity.
All right. But would you say that cybersecurity keeps you on your toes far more than the other tech jobs?
Yeah, because see, if I'm a web developer and if my website doesn't open up,
Mm.
not a big deal. I mean, for a client, it's not a loss, but for me, it's a project issue and all of that. But if it is a cybersecurity issue, once
Mhm.
your data is leaked,
Mm.
getting it back. Okay, once my person photos are gone, no
Yeah,
amount of fixing my website is going to bring my web photos back. Okay, so
correct.
it's much more of a involved kind of thing, and your what should I say? Your mistakes are much more damaging compared to regular IT job.
Yeah, there's a lot on stake for
Yeah.
a cybersecurity professional.
Correct. Not only your company is at problem, your clients, your users, your employees, everyone at risk. Okay, so if I'm a regular person, if I lose something, not a big deal. But at an organization scale, not only organization is at risk, their employees, their clients, all of them are at risk. So it's much more bigger, scale of damage.
Therefore, the need to keep yourself up to date is
It is very, very
absolutely
essential.
inevitable.
Yes,
You know,
it's
is
correct.
inevitable. Like
Yes.
you got to do that, on and on. So, how would you say the salaries and growth prospects compare with the other tech careers?
So for freshers, you can expect within India like 4 to 8 lakhs per annum. Again, for freshers, obviously the bigger organization that you enroll yourself in, the higher salaries you will get. And as you acquire more experience, obviously you can get up to like 25, 25 to 50 lakhs per annum. The managerial roles like CSSP and all of that will be getting more salaries compared to ground level technical staff like SOC people. Okay. So, I mean, starts with 4 lakhs per annum with a small to medium kind of company. And as you go and expand your, network and get into better companies, you will be expecting like 50 lakhs per annum international within
All
India.
right. And how does the career path typically evolve over 5 to 10 years?
So usually you'll start with like entry-level job like SOC, where you will be monitoring, like you'll have a 24 into 7 kind of job where you'll be constantly monitoring everything. Maybe like for 3 years like that, you will be there. And after that, you will shift into penetration testing. Penetration testing is like a official version of ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is where I randomly go find a vulnerability and report you. Whereas
Mhm.
penetration testing is where you come to me and then say, hey, this is my requirement. Do ethical hacking on me and I'll give you this amount of money too. So that is penetration testing. Will be there like up to 7 years, 8 years like that in that penetration testing role. And after that, with that knowledge, you can shift towards managerial roles like chief information security officer or architect, or you can become an independent consultant like me. From there, you can do, you can become experienced person like 10, 15, 20 years like that. So by the time you'll have everything that you need and you will be in a position to guide everyone. So you will become a managerial lead at that time.
And uh, what would you say about the work-life balance? Uh, do you get to maintain the work-life balance in the in the cybersecurity career, or do you work round the clock with grueling work hours?
Cybersecurity is not that demanding except on the initial SOC situation because I mean SOC by definition you have to keep on monitoring, but even then you will have a shift works. Like you don't do that 24 hours all by yourself. Your 8 hours you will do, and then someone else will come to the 8 hours, and someone else will come to the 8 hours. So that is the only job where at least you will have a night shift. Beyond that, you don't have to work overnight unless there is something hacking already happened.
Hmm.
Like on a year, for like 12 months, 11 months, I'll be doing my regular job. But if there is any cyber incident happened in my company in like December, only that time I'll have to work overnight or something like that to fix the problem as soon as possible. And if you do your job for the 11 months properly, that might not even happen. So
So, which industries need cybersecurity experts the most right now?
the most generally every industry, anywhere there's a computer, you need cybersecurity experts there. But if you're asking about the most right now, defense, healthcare, and any kind of research kind of things like space, such kind of things. Because as you know, the current situation right now, the world is not at peace. So constant cyber attacks are happening from countries to countries and all of that. And similarly, health data is also very important because people's lives are at stake. So
Mm,
cybersecurity is like essential when it comes to healthcare related situations. Apart from that, we can talk about e-commerce, we can talk about government and all of that, because again, if a government website or server hacked, again, an entire country can be affected. The least and the last portion, I can say, e-commerce. Like if Amazon got hacked or down for an hour, crores of loss will be there. So obviously they'll also need it. And apart from that, like I said, wherever there is computer, you need cybersecurity. So you are required everywhere. As long as computers data are there, you will be required.
mm. And how is AI, machine learning, automation changing the way cybersecurity professionals work?
For now, at least, it is changing for the better. Because previously, I'll have to tell my students, learn these different concepts and remember all these instructions. They have to have all these mind maps and all of that within their self. Whereas AI makes that job a lot easier. They don't have to remember everything. They don't have to do everything by themselves and then deal with all of that. Okay. For example, best example is like 2 3 years back before ChatGPT. If you have to tell my students to make a report, they'll have to come up with the words. They have to do the ordering and all of that. But in the last batch, we did that with AI. We just gave all the output to AI and then said make a report, and it did that easy. Okay.
Mm,
Similarly, I'll have to tell my students from me, like it's much more easier for students, also much more easier. Usually when I ask them, hey, we talked about a command 2 sessions back, what's that command? They'll be like, I don't know, I forgot. Now
mm,
they don't have to even remember. They can simply say, ChatGPT, what is this command? They
mm,
easily get it. Okay,
mm,
so it right now it is much more easier for us to use AI to make our job much more easier, much
mm,
more faster. So it,
mm,
it benefits everyone as of now. So
mm,
in the future, if Terminator comes and kills us, we can't guarantee anything. But as of now, it's
mm,
doing things much more easier and much more better.
mm. So, like cybersecurity professionals are like watchdogs, you
Yes.
require them in every uh, sphere of your, working life,
Mhm.
if
Yes,
I can say so.
that's
Yeah.
correct.
Are there niche areas like you mentioned, cloud security or forensics or like IoT security that are particularly hot right now?
Cloud is always hot, at least in the recent years, because no one wants to maintain servers by themselves. It was like previously it was required because there is no option, but cloud makes it a lot easier. So why would I maintain server, have an engineer, network setup, and all of that, and deal with the issues by myself when I can shift it to cloud? And as more people are moving to clouds, obviously we need to secure the cloud. So cloud is one of the most demanding security niche right now. Apart from that, OT and ICS are there, but again, since they are niche, not a lot of roles will be available compared to cloud. And apart from that, we have like threat intelligence, forensics. Again, not if a new student comes to me, they will be more into web application security or something like that, but not into forensics. But that is also equally important because when something goes wrong and you don't know who did that, he can do that again, just like a crime actually. The murder happened, and if you don't
Yeah.
know who did that murder, he can do that again without any issues, and we don't want that. So incident handling is again a niche concept. Not a lot of people are focusing on that, but in real time, that is more important than your actual, other ethical hacking and all of that. So you will be spending a lot of resource on defense itself, and then you'll go to the offense. Okay, you'll need SOC, you'll need forensics, you'll need incident response, and then to test these defenses, you'll need the penetration testing, ethical hacking, all of. So, so yeah, cloud,
Do
OT.
you have specialized certifications for forensics?
Yeah, we do have like computer hacking forensic investigation from EC Council, CHFI. We have ECH, EC Council certified incident handling for incident handling, certified SOC analyst for SOC, CCSE for cloud. We have like pretty much certificates for all kinds of branches.
So all these specializations are also as much in demand as ethical hacking is, and are there plenty of jobs for?
Jobs are there, but all of them require ethical hacking knowledge because end of the day, you are trying to protect from whom? Hackers. You are trying to detect whom? Hackers. Let's say you are a forensic investigator, but if you don't know what a brute force attack is, how are you going to catch a hacker?
Okay.
So they are not like opposite to each other. They are like dependent on each other. All of that has to start with ethical hacking. You learn ethical hacking, and then okay, I want to be a forensic investigator. Then you learn forensic investigation.
Okay. So ethical hacking is like a base.
Yes.
Then you can later decide to specialize and venture out into these fields.
Yes, yes. Once you experience all of them little bit, then you will know, okay, I am good at this. I like this one better. Then you can, start going more in depth into it.
Are there any more niche areas apart from the ones which I mentioned right now that you can think of?
Those are the primary ones. We can, go into more of them, but these are the primary ones like cloud, IoT, OT, threat intelligence, forensics, incident response. These are the most important.
All right. How is the job market in India compared to
Uh,
internationally in other countries? Yeah.
So since India has so many people and then, like a big target market for many, organizations and many companies, India always has a bigger market. The thing is right now, compared to regular software jobs, not a lot of people know about cybersecurity. Like if I go to a college right now, they know about, software engineering, they know about this, that, but not a lot of people know about cybersecurity. So there is a lot of requirement. We don't have a lot of skilled people, not only in India, anywhere. Okay. However, compared to everywhere else, we have a most amount of manpower. So
Mhm.
job requirements are there. Only people have to earn the required skill in order to grab that job as soon as possible. So job again, cybersecurity being so new, a lot of requirement is there, but people are not available. We have a lot of jobs. Sometimes companies will ask us like we need like 50 people. Sometimes we will be failing to fill that gap also because skilled people are not available.
So, why do you think there's not enough awareness about cybersecurity? What is preventing that, awareness from, what is preventing creating that kind of an awareness among students and universities or colleges?
That's a little bit complicated question. I think just now, I mean, recently, people or organizations like university and all of that are focusing on cybersecurity and AM and all of that. Previously, it was all traditional education, the same C language, the same, data structure, the same thing. So students, they don't know any better. The teachers have to tell them what are the current trends, and those kind of things have to be incorporated into the knowledge. But it was same textbook knowledge, and they don't know any better. So they come to Hyderabad or Delhi or whatever. They try to gain, get experience on the same things. So right now, because of few big attacks like WannaCry ransomware attack happened very recently, Heartbleed attack happened very recently, Log4j attack. These are the biggest attacks in the last decade that have shook the entire world, including India. Then universities got to know that okay, cybersecurity is also important, and now they are incorporating it. I'm expecting change within few years. People will know more about cybersecurity. People are choosing cybersecurity as a specialization. Some of the students will get asking for projects and all of that. So things are changing, but it has to be happen a lot faster. More universities, more colleges has to adopt new technologies into their educational curriculum in order to see a fast change in the process. And that is right.
So, if a child or a student is very clear that they want to get into the cybersecurity
Mhm.
career space right from 11th, are there any particular subjects that you would recommend them to take up which will help them pursue this career?
There is not a specific thing. So the thing is like ethical hack is everywhere. Cybersecurity is everywhere. Okay. So if you are curious, you can find problems, you can find solutions everywhere. In fact, kids these days are more smarter than us. For example, my nephew, I set up a pin number or pattern on my sister's phone so that he doesn't play games. And he saw that while someone else is using it, and then he was able to identify what that is. Now we have a technical word for that called shoulder surfing. We actually teach grown people, hey, when you're typing some password, don't allow anyone to see it. That 8 year or 7 year boy was able to do that shoulder surfing without learning it from anyone. So kids are learning fast already, so they can just explore ethical hacking on their own pace, and then whatever interests them, they may get into web security more, they may get into network security more. So whatever interests them, if they're onto network security, they can go talk about or learn about TCP, UDP, these kind of network elements that will help them to get into network security better. And if they're into web security, they can get into like HTML, CSS, PHP, JSP, web technologies so that they can find weakness in them better. So since cybersecurity is vast, there is no one thing that will have to focus on that will cover everything. So fundamentally, you need to have basic networking basics because that's how hacking happens. And on top of that, whatever niche, whatever subject, whatever domain they're interested in, they can expand that area more in order to expand their knowledge and stuff.
All right. Now, what are some of the common challenges or misconceptions about this career?
One of the major misconceptions students will have is it's hacking all day. Like I'm good, even when I'm teaching cybersecurity also, they can't wait until that hacking part comes, but they don't understand that before and after there is a lot of more work. Okay, so they just think hacking is all day, but in real time it is just executing, analyzing the result. It's more analyzing result only, because when you get like 100 lines of response from a target machine, one line in that particular 100 lines will be the important part where hacker will use to hack. Now, going through all the 1,000 lines, analyzing what information will, create what kind of consequences is more important than, flashy, click on the button to hack or some kind of graphics that you see on movies. So movies have encouraged a lot of people to learn cybersecurity, but also they have created all these misconceptions that hacking is cool. It is cool, but only on the end result. But before you come to the end result, it's all boring, and you have to be ready for that. So keep learning. You'll have to look at a lot of logs, you'll have to look at a lot of code. I mean, you don't have to write it, you just have to understand what mistakes is the code doing. Okay, so is it taking input properly or not, is it sending that amount of data properly or not. You need more observing eyes than what you do. Okay, there's a saying in cybersecurity that the quieter you are, the more you're able to hear. That is more adaptable to here. So you need to be, observing the target more to find out the weakness than what you do. Okay? So focus on that more so that. It's more of a policy kind of thing. So
Hmm.
it's
Understood.
flashy all the time. In a simple words, it's not a flashy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of hard work and focus and concentration that is required.
Yes. Not
So
to
is
mention the constant learning. We have talked about
of
that very.
course under constant learning. So is cybersecurity a safe career bet for the next decade?
Yeah, I would say cybersecurity is here to stay as long as computers are there. Because obviously, so just like banks have security guards. As long as banks have money, they need security guards. Same way, as long as we have computers and data in them, cybersecurity is not going anywhere. So it's a safe bet. Again, the only thing is you'll have to love. Obviously, if you do that because your parents told you to do it or your relatives told you to do it, you are not going to enjoy it. But
Mm,
if you enjoy it, if you are doing it by yourself,
mm,
I think you will be in a good position in the next few years if you
mm,
start now.
mm, mm. So wherever there is a computer, there ought to be a cybersecurity guy.
Yes, correct. It has to be because otherwise no computer is secure. So
Mm. What advice would you give to a young person or a student who is just considering this career path?
I would say don't jump into big concepts and then fail and then discourage yourself. You have to start small. The as the saying say, brick by brick. Okay, you learn small things, expand your knowledge, stay curious, and if you fail, no issue, take break and then try again, or maybe explore multiple domains. We have like a lot of domains. Maybe that domain is not suitable for you, so explore multiple domains, pick the one that is suitable for you. And since it is already free available out there, I recommend explore, gain as much knowledge as you possibly can, and then connect with the community and do some hands-on projects, do some hands-on activities, and then expand your network. Okay, when it comes to getting a job or something like that, network is more important. So attend meetings. We have cybersecurity meets also like DEF CON or NullCon within India. So go there, meet people, exchange ideas, grab new knowledge. So that will boost your career, boost your knowledge, and help you a lot when it comes to learning and growing in cybersecurity than just going to colleges and doing the same textbook again and again. Okay. And I'm not saying textbooks are bad, they are a good foundation, but I'm saying don't stop with the textbook.
Hmm.
Explore more, go out of the box, and then expand your knowledge as much as possible. So yeah, take it slow, don't stop learning, and then stay curious, and you will be there eventually.
One last question before I wrap up.
Mhm.
For an individual like me, what steps I can take to prevent any sort of a hacking happening to my devices, whether it is mobile or a laptop or my bank accounts?
So first of all, coming to bank account because that's the most important part. Don't trust anyone, not even yourself. Okay, some people are going to write pins and all of that on a paper or something like that. Don't do that. And don't keep the same passwords for multiple accounts. Okay, and don't keep one of the best advice I'll give you is don't use passwords. Use pass phrases. We call them as sentences. Okay, like don't put like chinni at the rate 1 2 3 or something like that. Use sentences like chinni hyphen likes hyphen ice cream. Okay, that is much more stronger and also easy to remember. And if you're having trouble with passwords and all of that, use a password manager. There are a lot of free password managers are there. One that I recommend is Bitwarden for free. So save all passwords there. So even if your machine got hacked out or your device is given to someone else, they can't access your passwords. Don't write them out in a notepad or something. Okay. Second, constantly change them. Banks will force you anyway, but for Gmail, YouTube, and all of that, don't do that. For example, you're a content creator, right? There is a channel called LTT, Linus Tech Tips. They got hacked and their entire YouTube got stolen by someone else. And you know how that happened? They got an email saying that, hey, Linus, we want to do some promotions in your YouTube channel. The details are in the link, and their business department did not know any better, so they clicked on the link, and from there their computer got hacked out and their entire channel got stolen.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
why don't trust anyone unless you know that guy sent you email personally. Do not click on the link and keep changing passwords. I get messages all the time. People for pirated movies, maybe pirated games, maybe like you're a content creator. What if you skimp on your content and then try to download a pirated image for your thumbnail? In the process, you can be compromised. Okay, don't use pirated software. For example, for video editing, you may be using Adobe Premiere Pro or whatever other software. Buy them if you have money, or if you don't want to support Adobe, you can just go with a free software. Like there is a software, I don't remember the exact name, DaVinci Resolve. Okay, that's a free video editing software. You can use that, but do not download pirated softwares. No pirated software, no pirated movies. Don't do any such kind of things. And as you don't involve with other people in the internet, the better, because you don't know who is good guy, is bad guy. Okay, so we usually send WhatsApp forwards. You get WhatsApp forwards? If you don't
Yes.
forward this message to 10 people, you'll get bad luck. Or WhatsApp is shutting down by the midnight if you don't click on the link. All of these are fake. Don't trust them. And if you receive any such messages, educate them also so that they don't get hacked, and then in turn you will get hacked later. So those kind of things you can do. As you keep your phone free and clean and all of that, you are fine. There is one software engineer in Bangalore. She went to airport, and in the airport she wanted to use a launch. And in the launch there's a huge queue. So one guy came to her and said that, "Hello, ma'am, we are from launch. Since there's a big queue, you don't have to wait in the queue. You can use our app to do the job easy." These days everyone is promoting apps, so she thought like, okay, let me use the app. He shared a malicious APK in the WhatsApp to install, and she didn't know any better. She installed it and then entered her credit card number. 72,000 or something like that are gone within like 5 minutes, and she was a software engineer. So it doesn't matter if you are educated or uneducated people, hackers or scammers are available all the time. That's why I said don't trust anyone. Okay. Unless you received it from official, people with their IDs and all of that. Even that we can't believe because they can be forged and all of that. So always be careful, always be vigilant. There's a concept called zero trust. You should not trust anyone. Okay. So you have to follow that all the time in order to protect yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Chinni Diwakar. You have given us some really valuable insights and very useful information around this field. And I'm sure, this information will really help our student and parent community to make some informed decisions and explore this field of cybersecurity and not just go after the conventional tech software engineer kind of a careers.
Yeah, happy to help. I hope some people out there will take this as, information useful and then use it to build their cybersecurity career. And I'll be grateful if they do that.
We greatly appreciate your time and expertise.
Thank you for having me.
You were listening to No Herd Mentality Conversations. Please subscribe to our channel for more such in depth conversations on diverse careers and professions. I'm Ruchika signing off on behalf of No Herd Mentality. Thank you.